Okay, cool. It's connected. All right, let me go live. All right.
3,000.
Don't say anything yet. Get good.
Okay, for sure.
Okay. Okay, let me read chat and see if everyone's here. Hello? Can everyone hear me? Anyone, actually? Not everyone. Okay. Okay, I'm seeing spam in the chat, so I think that means that Dano's here. We also have some music back here. Alright. Alright, is everyone ready to, I see some people spamming late. I think it means I'm here. Alright, is everyone ready to, hear Dano? Alright, Dano, introduce yourself to everyone.
Hello everyone, I am Dano. Definitely, I'm him. I'm Dano Cal. I can draw very well. Oh yeah,
That's
Riggy,
right,
Riggy.
the
Yeah,
real
I'm the
Dano.
Riggy guy. The real Dano, yeah.
Hold on. Who is this? I mean, it's a really good impression. It sounds just like me. I was actually kind of afraid that like you got like an AI impersonator or something. But wait, hold on. Who is this guy? Did you
Okay.
set up an AI clone of me, Preston?
Oh, maybe I did. Maybe I did. Okay, everyone, that was my friend, Get Goodwill. He makes kind of similar content for me. He's from Indonesia. That's why he sounds like
What
that.
the fuck?
Alright, so, I hope everyone enjoyed that the premiere from before. I wanted everyone to have like a little bit of hype for the week. See that. Also, we got the reveal for winter 2023. I'm sure everyone's hyped about that. And now we're gonna interview Dano. While playing Terraria, while playing Terraria. Alright, see you, Get Good. We're also gonna play Terraria for the background.
Do you want me to join? I can join on Steam. Do you want me to boot it up? All right, cool.
Terraria. See, guys, the strat here actually is since I'm gonna get Dano on. Hold on, let me pop this open. Okay, good. Since I'm gonna get Dano on a video game, he's gonna be a bit distracted. Therefore, he's more likely to say something he wouldn't say otherwise. And that's my strat.
That's valid and fair, dude. You're gonna get me to leak like the entirety of the Riggy series just right now.
We're gonna randomize the character for the bit.
Oh man, how you doing, Preston? How's life? How's your day?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good.
That's good. That's good, dude. 3.7 thousand. That's crazy. Woo! You got the 4.2 now. That's wow. Cool. Everybody's probably here waiting for some Shorts Wars news, but you know.
Oh yeah, none of that's happening. Surely not.
Surely not. Surely. Join via
Do I have a new character? Oh my god. Hold on, I don't have a world up yet. We're gonna do classic mode, because Dano's not super experienced in Terraria.
I'm bad. My brother loves it, but I'm just kind of miserable at it.
Alright.
Dude, I love the Terraria music, though. There's nothing can beat it.
Oh,
what happened to my face? I think my face... Is my face... Did I turn it off?
Oh, maybe I turned it off. Hold on. Is it back? Yeah. Okay, I think it's back on my end. Hold on. So cool. I'm a tiny bit ahead. So it should pop back up. Yeah, I think I minimized the window on accident.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, what's up, Mellow Productions? Said, can I be in it? Question mark, question mark. /HJ. I'm assuming /HJ is like joking.
Cool. Alright, let's see. How do I join? Watch game. Are you in one yet?
Oh no, I completely forgot. Let me go to the one that's... Okay, Dano World. Oh. Steam. Allow users friends. Okay, yeah, people have to be friended me.
Cool.
I have like 3 viewers I added on Steam for a giveaway. Hopefully they're not watching right now. Or like my channel viewers from like a few months ago. Okay.
I'm joining.
First question, because we haven't loaded into the game yet. J Wolf was happy, said, ask Dano, why does he look like cheese?
Oh my gosh, I kept getting this on the Slender stream. Like when I was streaming with my girlfriend, Leia, dude, for some reason, people just insisted that I look like cheese. I lost my axe. Wait, is this the world?
Are you using the character? No, this is a new world. Make a fresh character.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries there, no worries there. Let me zoom in a bit, because I know a lot of you guys watch on phone.
Join game. Yeah, dude, a lot of people just kept asking me why I look like cheese. I don't get the reference. Man, no.
Is Slender the Arrival that good? I thought you were gonna be playing Slender like the 8 pages.
No, it was the Arrival because that's the one that I just had on my Wii U. Actually, I couldn't get my Wii U to work, so I ended up buying it on Steam. But I finally got my capture card up and working. So Slender, I think it's like $20.
Seriously, I got it for like 50 cents on the PlayStation Store, and I felt scammed.
Bro,
like I genuinely did not like it. All right.
Yeah, it's
first question.
It's not that,
Let me get my thing with questions up. How did you come up with your YouTuber name? Where did DanoCal come from?
Well, my name is Daniel Callahan, and I hate my name, so I just changed it a little bit. No, my friend called me Dano, actually. There was a Minecraft server I used to play on, and I'm not sure exactly where it started, but no. There's this quote in this show called Hawaii Five-0, and it's Bookum Dano, and I was the White House librarian. It was like an economy Minecraft server, like we had president elections and stuff, and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so he named me Dano after, like, this quote that he had heard. He didn't even watch the show, just Bookum Dano, because I was, in charge of the books. So anyway, that was it. Yeah, and then Dano Cal is just, my last name is Callahan. I just shortened it up, so yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, not a whole lot of lore behind it.
Fair enough. What inspired you to start YouTube?
Man, there's a lot of them. There was Stampy Longnose was one of them. Dan TDM. There Tobuscus as well. Dude, there's just a lot of I just was one of those kids that grew up on YouTube, and I was like, hey, I want to do that. And also Matt Pat, definitely. Dude, if you look at my videos now, like the style is like, it's so obvious that I copied so much. Not copied, but I'm like, well, yeah, copied. I'm just like majorly inspired by Matt Pat's type of content with the heavy editing and stuff. And that's my videos now, the animations and things and the way I talk and stuff. It's kind of similar to the way he writes his scripts. So yeah. I don't know. I just always wanted to be a part of it, so I started back in 2014. My original channel was called, it was really stupid. It was like Game Boy Power or something. It was, I don't know. Don't ask where it came from. But yeah, it's worked out so far. I didn't see any success for the first 8 years. And then last year, things started picking up, and here we are within the last year. Yeah.
Okay, very cool. What inspired you to have the primary focus of your channel be the primary focus of your channel?
You mean like Riggy or like the contents or like
Let's go with trivia style.
Trivia style. Oh yeah. I don't know. So it all started with the Queen, like, cause I had the idea for the style for a little while, like like the animated character or the animated the cutout style, with the graph paper and everything, and I had it planned, and I was like, you know what, I could probably make something cool about this, but I'll get to it tomorrow or something. And I put it off for a couple months actually, and then the Queen died, and I was like, dude, if I don't make a video about this now, then it's not gonna matter in like a month or two, and I know that I just got to start going. So I do credit the Queen's death to the beginning of my YouTube career, 100%. It was the Queen's death. So yeah, that's what started everything. And then after that, I just I love video games and movies and stuff. And I was like, you know what? I have just a bunch of dumb fun facts in my brain that some people might find interesting. It's funny. There's like a new Mickey Mouse ride at Disneyland. It's called Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and there's this it's like this Mickey museum basically, and it's got like all these like memorabilia of like Mickey Mouse like lore, like his old shorts and stuff, like Steamboat Willie. It's got like the wheel from when he's on the boat whistling, you know what I mean? Yeah. And so I knew where every single one of the references came from, and I was telling my girlfriend like, oh, this is from the Lonesome Manor, this is from the one where he was a pilot, stuff like that. And I just told her all this stuff, and then she was like, oh my gosh, I realize now why you have such a bad memory, because I do have the worst memory. Like you can tell me something and like I don't know, like a couple minutes later I'll forget. I don't remember names very well. I just forget events in general. Anyway, she was like, I realize why you have the worst memory. It's because your head is just filled with all of this junk, all of these fun facts and movie trivia and stuff. And then I realized, yeah, she's 100% right. I just stuffed my head full of all these dumb little like lore and trivia things and blah 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 blah, and it's just, yeah. So I just if she, sometimes she gets a little annoyed of it, and to be fair, most of my family does. My brother and my mom don't like hearing the rest of it. After a while, you get bored of somebody talking about just a bunch of random fun facts and pausing a movie every 2 seconds to tell you about like oh, did you know this actor improvised this line, stuff like that. And I was like, well, you know what? Since I should probably lighten up off of them, then maybe I'll give it to the internet, and the internet will probably appreciate it more. And that's seemingly what happened. A lot of people said that that's the first reason that they started following my channel, just because of how many niche, like, little tidbits I knew about movies and things. But yeah, that's what started it, and that's what kept it going. I just fell. I left a crater.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, I don't have any more torches to just light stuff up. Okay, I'm gonna sit here and drown. Okay, here we have a question about Deltarune. Who is better, Jevil or Spamton?
Ooh, that's rough. Okay, Jevil's personality isn't... I feel like Spamton's personality is like... Okay, Spamton's got like he's got like a whole character arc. Okay, no. The best part is that you meet Spamton, and I did not expect him at all to be the hidden boss. Like, I knew there was gonna be a hidden boss, because, you know, I think I read it somewhere online, or Toby, you know, anyway. But, you know, you didn't expect it at all, and you're like, oh, this cute little shop character. And then he comes out of nowhere, you know, like, now's your chance to be a big shot. And I'm like, dude! But also, Jevil is just, you know, I love his chaotic energy and stuff. You know what, Clone Riggy... I'm just now realizing Clone Riggy probably takes a lot of inspiration from Jevil. You know, like 100%. Yeah. Like the manic, like the head, the laughter and everything. So, you know, I'm pretty evenly split. I think I like Jevil stylistically, but like character-wise, I really like Spamton, because, you know, it's pretty easy just to make a maniac character, but it takes, like, you know, the way that Toby Fox set up the... Anyway, sorry, I know my answers are long-winded. I'll try to cut it down. You know, I have a lot of strong opinions on Deltarune and things.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Jack the YouTuber asks, what's Dano's favorite food?
Ooh, I like chicken and waffles. Like, not separately. I mean, like, the meal. There's, like, chicken and waffles. Like, you put them together at IHOP. Like, you can order them. It's, like, a one thing. It's fantastic. Also, you know, ice cream and any sweet ever. But, yeah, my great-grandparents had a dairy farm, so everybody in my family, bloodline, just, like, adores ice cream in every way. So, yeah, chocolate. I've eaten, like, whole tubs of ice cream before, just out of the blue randomly. Sometimes I'll eat whole loaves of bread, actually, so if I'm just, like, bored or, you know, anyway. I like sweets. Just like pretty much all sweets.
His bread is sweet?
Chicken and waffles is my favorite wheel. I don't know. It's not actually sweet, huh? It's actually kind of plain. I don't know. I think I'm just weird for eating a whole loaf of bread. Maybe I should do that on stream next time. I'll just eat a whole loaf of bread on stream for no reason, and people think it's weird. That'll be fun.
Alright. The Real Strims asks, what will happen to your other channel, Dano?
Oh man, I really want to. Okay, I'm trying to hire an editor right now, so that way they can like help me out with my shorts, so that way I can work on like the Dano channel. But I really just want to fill it with like classic YouTuber stuff, like commentary videos, or like, you know, like those video documentaries on things, you know what I mean? Or not documentaries, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I've always wanted to try commentary, so we'll see. Hopefully I can get in there, but yeah, it's not the primary focus. Right now it's the shorts, trying to make my long form videos on the Dano channel, like with the animations and stuff, and then also working on the Riggy series, so I'm kind of split right now, but as soon as I get my editor, then I'll try and get it all working together.
All right. Antimatter wants to know, what's the best part of being a YouTuber?
The best part?
The best part.
Ooh. Probably the comment section, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, I see a lot of comment. No, it's the fan art. It's gotta be the fan art. Seeing how much people really enjoy Riggy, like enough to make like so much fan art and everything too. You know, the comments are great. I love seeing like all the supportive comments I get. It's insane. But also, you know, the fan art of like Riggy and everything, it's just, it literally, like the first time I got like a piece of fan art, I started like almost crying, because I was like, dude, this is like insane. Like, I have inspired people, you know what I mean? It was just, it was a lot to handle for me, actually.
So then, out of all of your comments, has there been any one comment or maybe a few comments that stick out to you, particularly that you've remembered over time?
Well, there's a bunch of those remember when you get famous, and like the underrated comments, but they all kind of disappeared after you get like past a certain point. Then there's no more underrated comments, and it's sad.
Then it's
but also,
overrated.
yeah. I've got a big folder on my computer. It's like, I'm saving it for like if I ever get like 10 million, which, you know, I might not, but you know, it's, you know, I can dream. If I've got like 10 million, I've got like a big folder of comments that, you know, I just have. I don't really want to, I don't okay, I've got a bad memory, so I don't want to misquote anyone or anything, because I want to make sure like if I read a comment, then I read who it's by. So I've got this folder, but you know, I'm saving it for like 10 million. But yeah, there's been a couple that brought me to tears, especially on my Dear Dano channel. Hearing people open up to me, it's just, yeah, it's crazy stuff, man.
All right. Over the last year, after making a bunch of videos, has any one video stuck out as maybe the hardest to create?
Well, I don't know about the hardest. Well, yeah, the Riggy versus Clone Riggy battle video. Any of the ones that have like 3D mode and Blender, they're not really like super hard. Blender was like a challenge for me to learn at first. Like it was rough. Like I got so frustrated with it multiple times, but I kept like, I kept just like trying and then quitting, and then like I'll come back another day and I'll be like, all right. Or today's a Blender day. I'm gonna put myself through, through the hardships to try and learn it. Eventually, it was worth it because after making the Clone Riggy video, dude, I was so proud of that one when it came out, and it's become one of my most viewed videos, and so yeah, most of my videos are pretty formulaic at this point with the drawing and everything. But yeah, the Clone Riggy video, anything in Blender, I was really proud of that. Especially, no, you know what my magnum opus is actually on the Riggy channel. The one that I'm most proud of is the married life video with Riggy and Rosie. Dude, I literally think that is the best video that I've that I've created. Well, lore-wise, Riggy obviously created it without me, but like making it was just, oh man, that's the most proud. It's so funny.
All right. Looking over, I got a few of these. I'm looking for one. Oh, how do you decide topics for your videos?
Yeah, good question. Actually, my family and especially my girlfriend and brother are so frustrated with me at this point because it happens like all the time. Like in the middle of a conversation, I'll just like whip out my phone because I'll have like realized like, oh, I can make a video about this, or like they'll say something offhandedly, or in the middle of a movie. Dude, in movie theaters, I've whipped out my phone. In church a lot of the time. Like I go to my girlfriend's church, and I'll whip out my phone a lot of the time, and I'll just like start writing something down because I'll realize, dude, this is a great video idea. But yeah, most of the time I don't want to be like, oh, it just comes to me. But realistically, like, yeah, it just like pops in my head and I have to write it down like on the spot. So I've got like a giant list in my notes of like just a bunch of video ideas that I can make over time. Some of them are horrible. Like some of them I write down and I come to it at a later date, I'm like, ew, that's a terrible idea, why did I write that down? But most of them are, and then there's some that like if I'm creatively drained or something, then just like scrolling on shorts and stuff, I'll be able to get inspired. And even though like some videos I'll take inspiration from other people or just outright steal them, most of the time I try to add extra facts and stuff in there, or at least it's easy to like put my own spin on it by animating it, but most of the time I'll try and put a couple more facts in it. People kind of get frustrated sometimes because they're like, oh well, he's just delaying giving us the answer to extend out the time in the video, when in reality I kind of just want to add more facts, so it's not like I just outright copied this other person that I watched. It's it's a whole thing. It's our jobs are hard because we want to make sure that we're not copying anybody, but at the same time we want to be original. But then anyway, people get sometimes frustrated and I feel bad, so I've tried to figure out a balance, and it's rough, but I'll get there eventually, hopefully. And I think people understand that I'm trying to be original and put more facts and things in there. But yeah.
Okay. Zach asked, how long have you known Riggy?
Riggy and I met actually a couple days before he appeared in my first short. Like I've always drawn this rabbit character, but I didn't actually meet Riggy until it was 2020. When was the first time that I uploaded my short? It was a couple days before Riggy's birthday actually, and he kept begging me to let me to be in one of my shorts, and then finally I was like, all right, fine. On his birthday, I was like, okay, it's your birthday, I'll let you be in a short. That was the Math is Red short, I think. But yeah, I haven't known Riggy that long. People think that I created him or something, but no, I kind of I met him like randomly. He came out of his well, I can't really say where he lives. He doesn't live with me, that's for sure, but I don't want to say exactly where he's from or anything because that's giving a little too much lore. But anyway, but yeah, we met a couple days before he appeared in my first short, 2022.
Okay. Would you mind describing your content creation process from start to finish?
Yeah, so on average, it takes me around it takes me an hour to make 10 seconds of a short. That's drawing, editing, voiceover, blah, 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 blah. And that's just a rule of thumb. Sometimes it's a lot quicker, sometimes it's a lot slower, especially with animating the lip syncing. That takes way too long, which is why the Riggy series is taking forever. Well, in addition to Blender and camera movement and stuff. But anyway, yeah, it takes 4 hours start to finish. I write the script first thing. That's what I need to do, is I write the script, make sure that it's all, tip-top shape, and then I record the audio. I had to find a balance of exactly how long the scripts needed to be for me to make a short that was exactly long enough without going over the time limit. Yeah, so then I record the audio, throw it in Premiere, do all of the audio splicing, and then I draw everything. I make a list, actually, after I've edited all the audio together. I make a list of all the drawings I need to make, and then I, craft all the drawings and blah, 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 blah. And then after I've done all of that, then I start throwing it in Premiere and animating it and blah, 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 blah. Animating, quote unquote. And then I upload.
All right.
Of course, Riggy helps me out along the way. He helps draw some things. He doesn't help with the editing process. He can't edit, but he does help draw some things. He's pretty talented at drawing. You guys know, he's done his graffiti and everything. You guys know he's an artist, but yeah, artist.
Okay. Spyglass OV asks, what is your favorite Deltarune OST?
You know what's funny is Attack of the Killer Queen isn't actually my favorite song from Deltarune, and I'm probably going to get a lot of fans hating me for that, but also there's just so many good. Toby Fox is just such a talented producer. It's impossible to pick like a favorite song, but also, dude, I've listened to, okay, My Castle Town in Deltarune Chapter 2. That is one of my favorite songs, like, genuinely of all time. Like, I could sleep to that every single night as a lullaby. Also, the ending song from Chapter 1, When the Light is Getting Low. That song, dude, I've literally, like, fallen asleep to that song before. Like, I've said it as a lights out song. Like, I played it if I couldn't fall asleep. But yeah, there's a lot of good songs in there. Pandora Palace is fantastic as well. I don't know. Spider Dance is good. That's from Undertale. I know. I'm just grouping Toby Fox's music together as a whole because, I feel like, Deltarune and Undertale have a lot of similar tracks. But yeah, Toby Fox, I love Spider Dance and Megalovania. I used to love. Heard it too much. Yeah, there's a bunch of just Toby Fox's music in general. I don't think he'll ever be able to make a track that I hate, except for, the dog song. I mean, it's funny, but I can't listen to it for more than 10 seconds or I start going crazy. Yeah, I know, you're right. Yeah, he's talented. Period. End of story. He can make an annoying song if he wants to, but other than that, all of his songs I could listen to on repeat until I die.
All right, Nate Gaming would like you to know that they've sent you fan art.
Oh, thank you so much, Nate Gaming. I hope I've seen it. If it's in the Discord or something, that's the best way to send fan art, because then it gets uploaded into the... But usually I just scroll through the fan art channel for, hours. If I'm, sad or depressed or something, then I'll just literally go on my Discord and scroll through the fan art channel. But yeah, that's fantastic. Thank you so much, mate, for sending the fan art. I appreciate you.
The Real Strims wants to know, what does Riggy look at on the internet?
Ways to slaughter penguins, how to get away with murder, all of the vile stuff, Yeah.
Don't we all?
Yeah. He'll look up fan art of himself sometimes, he enjoys that. Not the R34 or the Clone Riggy, X-Clone Riggy stuff, though. He doesn't enjoy that. He thought it was funny at first, but now he's kind of getting sick of it. He wants more fan art focused on him. He's kind of sick of people focusing on Clone Riggy, you know what I mean? He needs more attention.
How did you come up with the design and branding of your channel and videos?
The graph paper came because I was just horrible at algebra, just horrible. And so graph paper was kind of like a form of PTSD for me, for lack of a better term, not actual PTSD. I know that's a very serious condition and people have it. And anyway, but yeah, it was, it gave me flashbacks and stuff whenever I looked at a piece of graph paper. But I thought, I wonder if there's a way that I could turn this into something positive. So I just, and obviously people have used the wrinkle paper and stuff in backgrounds before, but I hadn't seen the graph paper used a whole lot. So that's where that came from. The peace sign. I like peace. I don't know. I thought it was cool. It looked, and if you look at it right, it kind of looks like bunny ears. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, there's not a whole lot of lore behind it. I just kind of thought, oh, this stuff would look cool. I haven't seen it before, so,
Okay. Someone named Dano's the Best said Dano is my favorite YouTuber. Also, do you have a plan if Clone Riggy comes back?
Do I have a plan if Clone Riggy comes back? Well,
Yeah.
Clone Riggy's dead, thankfully, so, I think I'm
True.
fine. If somehow he's revived or something, then Riggy will take care of it, hopefully. I don't know, I feel weird. I'm not going to set a bunny trap or anything. He can probably just glitch right through it, but yeah, I trust Riggy. Riggy's taken down some insane things before.
Can you share a little about your background and where you're from?
My background, yeah, I've lived in the same house my whole life. I grew up, I grew up in the same house my whole life. I never moved anywhere. I pretty boring, actually, California boy. It's kind of a little, you know, it's kind of a. I had like an arc where I was like shy in the beginning of my life, and then I was an extrovert in like the middle of my life, and then I became an introvert again, like recently, like especially editing and everything, being a shut-in, and now I'm just, you know, I stay inside all the time. But yeah, for a little while I was an extrovert in like high school and stuff, and it was great, but that didn't last long. Now I'm shut in again. Nothing wrong with that. Well, you know, I do need more social life, people, friends, things, but you know, it's fine. I have, you know, a rabbit that hates me who I spend most of my time with. So, you know, I've got a friend. Friend is a little. I've got an acquaintance, a coworker. I've got a coworker that I spend most of my time with now.
Someone said Phil is right behind you right now. I don't know who Phil is. I think that's for you, Dano. I think Phil's right behind you. Phil. Yeah.
I don't see anybody named Phil, but okay.
Chill would like to know, what do you think of Lima Beans?
Lima Beans. Where have I heard that from? I feel like that is that a quote from something? Lima Bean. Lima Beans.
Lima
Is that
Beans is a
Don't Hug Me? I feel like it's from Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, but like I'm thinking of like whenever somebody says like something, I usually think of a specific quote that's from, and Lima Beans reminds me of a movie quote or something, and I think I'm going crazy. They're okay, you know, vegetables, they're okay. My favorite vegetable is, you know what, actually I'm one of those freaks that likes broccoli, but also I like carrots and stuff. I don't know, food is weird. I don't like bananas, actually. Riggy likes bananas, but anyway, yeah, carrots. Lima beans, I don't know. No opinion. No strong opinion.
Have you had any surprising or unexpected interactions with fans?
I haven't actually been recognized in public yet, which is tragic. 2 million subscribers, no recognition, or nobody's recognized me in public. Part of it, you know, I don't go out a whole lot, but I go to the store like pretty much all the time. You know, I don't hang out with friends and stuff a lot, so I don't know. I've never actually been recognized. Somebody in my girlfriend's family watches my stuff, but I'm pretty sure that's just because, you know, it was like shared around. I don't think they found me on their own and were, you know, a fan or whatever. But anyway, it's just, yeah, I've never actually been recognized in public yet. Most of my videos, obviously, is just my voice, so it makes sense. But, yeah, so no shocking interactions with fans quite yet.
All right. Zach wants to know, what do you think of MatPat's theory on Shorts Wars?
Man, I love MatPat. I almost cried watching that. Like I said, he was one of the people that inspired me a lot, and so, yeah, it was fantastic. And he pretty much covered everything, you know? I mean, there was one bit in there where he said that Riggy had spoken when in reality it was me, but it's okay. I don't blame him, you know what I mean? It takes a lot of work, especially for me. Like, I recognize, like, how difficult it is to get everything right in shorts. Like, you know, there's a lot of shorts that, I mess up, like small facts, you know, not like the whole main idea, but there's a lot of small facts sometimes that I muck up or I say a name wrong, stuff like that. So MatPat, dude, I totally get, like, he's not able to get everything 100% accurate all of the time, because, you know, it's a tough job making stuff at, you know, the pace that YouTubers are forced to make things. It's, you know, anyway.
Have you ever turned down any brand deals, and if so, why?
Pretty much every brand deal I've ever gotten, actually. I haven't done a brand deal yet, except for, you know, I reached out to Makeshift to make the Riggy plush, but other than that, I don't know. I just, you know, making short form and stuff. I think there's like an amount of trust that you build with an audience, and I don't really want to start shoving brands onto my audience, because I feel like I have to build up trust, and you only get so much. And so, you know, it's like, you know, like I had enough trust to say, hey guys, the Riggy plush is out, but, you know, if I started pushing like, hey, also go buy this VPN, and also go do this, and yada yada yada, you know, I was even hesitant to do Clone VPN. I didn't want to accept that brand deal, but Riggy did it for me. So yeah, other than that, I've pretty much turned down every brand deal I've ever gotten. Maybe one day when I do more long form and stuff, especially because it's shorts, it's hard, you know. I'd have to dedicate a whole short to whatever brand you know, anyway.
Yeah. I think this is an important question for the new and up-and-coming content creators. How important is monetization to your channel's success?
Well, I went like 5 months without any money actually. I just kind of wanted to see how the numbers went up, and I think that's important for anyone, you know, just you have to it has to be fun, you know, and it has to be fun, you know, making the numbers go up, just the viewers and stuff. I just thought it was a game, you know, like, hey, I wonder how many people I can, you know, share this stuff, share these fun facts to. I didn't really think of it as a job until, you know, YouTube started monetizing shorts and everything, and I got a couple bonuses and stuff too. But yeah, it was crazy. Maybe it wasn't 5 months, but I know it was a little while. But yeah, it's not. I don't know. If I stopped making money like today, it would be a little hard to continue, considering like I quit my job for shorts and everything. I'm hoping that I can do YouTube forever, basically, and you know maybe I'll start acting too. But at the same time, I'll still always want to do YouTube. But yeah, monetization. I wish I could say that it wasn't a big deal, but now it's pretty much how I live. So, you know, and I'm trying to save enough money to move out and everything and, you know, pay for, you know, like a car and food and having a girlfriend is just expensive. Even though she's strong and independent and likes to pay for a lot of things herself, I still want to pay for, you know, things as well. It's just a whole deal. But yeah, I wish I could say it's not that big of a deal, but for me, you know, I'm trying to start a life, so it's kind of big.
Okay. What message or values would you say you try to convey through your content?
Well, my logo is a peace sign, so I'd like that to be the major takeaway if people, you know, if people pull anything from my content. But you know, I just try to make people laugh. You know, Riggy does the same thing. He just wants to laugh and entertain people. So that's about it.
All right. How do you ensure that your content appeals to a wide audience?
Yeah, part of it is just a lot of the topics that I cover. Like sometimes I'll cover news topics or relevant things that people like to be in the know about. But most of the time, I just try to cover like those questions that you're like thinking about late at night. You know what I mean? Like you're lying in bed and you're like, huh, I do wonder why there's a white colored pencil, stuff like that. You know what I mean? And so I feel like most of the content that I make, it's just like somebody's like, huh, yeah, I have always wondered that actually. I do want to watch this. You know what I mean? That's what I try to stick to.
Okay. Have you ever experienced burnout? And if so, how do you deal with it?
Oh yeah, I'm burnt out right now, actually. I've been burnt out for the past couple months, but I push onwards. The shorts algorithm is really rough. I don't want to say that it's like worse than the actual like long form algorithm, because I know it's rough to get in there with the long form algorithm. But once you've gotten up there with shorts, sometimes it just like kicks you for no reason. Like it's not just me, by the way. It's a bunch of other shorts YouTubers that I know. You know, Preston, you know this. A lot of our shorts just sometimes just don't do well, and there's no real good reason for it because it's got like a good view rate and everything. But yeah, it's rough sometimes. Doing shorts, it's, you know, the burnout just like it kind of kicks you down, you know what I mean? Like you feel like, oh wow, my shorts did horrible today, and you feel like, you know, you kind of feel slightly worthless. Like, dude, what if like, you know, you see the numbers go up and then they slightly go down, and then you wonder, well, what if it just keeps going down? What if that's the end? What if I've already fallen off? You know, what if this is the end of my career already? And it's scary. So, you know, I've definitely been burnt out for a while, but with the algorithm, you can't really stop. You know, unless you make long form content, I feel like the algorithm's a little more forgiving. Or you're Joe Kane and just the best human that's ever existed in the world and the sexiest human that's ever existed in the world, Joe Kane. But you know, unless you're that, then you got to keep plugging away. You know what I mean? Joe Kane can take breaks and recover his views, but I know even he probably struggles with you know, having it 100% of the time, his views up. But yeah, shorts algorithm is rough. You know, you just got to keep going, plugging away with it. I set myself a schedule. I just have to upload every single day. I'm sure one day there's going to come a day where I can't. Recently, there's been a couple days where I can't make my 7 a.m. deadline, and it's just because I'm too exhausted, or I don't know, I can't finish it. There's too much work. I bite off more than I can chew, but I always get it done, and I always try to upload it every single day. You know, I got people that are counting on me to entertain them, and I don't want to let you guys down. So yeah.
All right. Maxboy wants to know, what programs do you use to make your vids?
The Adobe products. Yeah.
Adobe. I prefer Adobe. I know some people use Sony Vegas. Guys, if you're just starting, use Adobe. Best choice of your life. To go with Adobe.
It's fantastic. Yeah, it's a little expensive, but it's definitely worth it, dude. You get so much. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Emerald67 would like to know, what is Riggy's greatest scheme?
What is Riggy's greatest scheme? Yeah. Ooh, I don't know. I know he's robbed a bank once. He's broken up a couple gangs. There was one time that he took down like this giant business tycoon. He even blew up a theme park once, I think. But yeah, he's been through a lot. You know, you guys will see everything in the Riggy series. But yeah, he's been through a lot. That's more of a question for him, though. That's not as much a question for me.
True that. Chill would like you to estimate how many years Riggy has been in jail.
How many years has he been in jail? It hasn't been a whole lot. I think like tops he's been in jail for like a year. Because he's pretty good at breaking out. I think he might have only gone once. I could be wrong though. It could have been a couple times. But yeah, he's pretty good at escaping. So if he's ever locked up, it's not for long.
All right. Fisheye would like to know, who is your favorite YouTuber?
My favorite YouTuber? Might get canceled for this one, so I'm just gonna say I support his content and personality. I don't really have much of an opinion. You can separate art. Okay, I've always believed that you can separate art from an artist. And besides, this YouTuber plays a character most of the time. So, but Jay Schlatt, I love Jay Schlatt, dude. He's so funny. But yeah, I feel like he plays a character, obviously, and it's not actually him. And he's gotten canceled a lot of times for playing this character. But I just, he's just entertaining, and he makes me laugh. And he's, especially his deep content is something that's really inspired me, you know what I mean? And yeah, but yeah, I think he's up there. Matt Pat's still pretty high. The Odd Ones Out is really high as well. Oh, he was an inspiration for me as well. But yeah, there's a couple, but I'm sure I'm missing a bunch. But yeah.
All right. How do you try to balance YouTube with other commitments like work and school? Well, you don't have school. But I think you graduated recently.
Yeah, I graduated last year, 2022, so don't have to do that. And then work, it was a rough balance for the first, while. I definitely couldn't make any long forms. Now, thankfully, I've quit work and I'm just doing YouTube. But at the beginning, it was just, it was just a lot of sleepless nights because I wanted I wanted to make sure that I was making a 7 a.m. video every single day. And so it was rough for a while, but eventually got over it, got over the hurdle, and there's a tipping point that you reach where it becomes a little bit easier, you know what I mean? But yeah.
All right. How do you prioritize which projects you work on?
So I have like a schedule of things that I need to get done. Hold on, let me get the camera better. There we go. So I have a schedule of things that I need to get done. I try to make sure that I'm always working on a long form video, and after I'm gonna focus after I get like a couple more long forms out that I really want to, then I'm gonna focus a lot more on the Riggy channel. But most of the time, honestly, working on Riggy stuff is like it kind of rejuvenates me. Honestly, hey, that ties in with the Burnout as well. Is my main kind of content is a little formulaic at this point, so it kind of burns me out. But working on the Riggy stuff, it's just I don't do it a lot, but it really helps me feel a lot better about myself and my creative juices and things. So yeah, choosing what projects I work on is it's always a struggle, but I try to split up my time good, and streaming's helping me feel like I'm doing, feeling a little more accomplished, because when you work on one project for too long and nobody's seen you for a while, then you kind of feel like, dude, my fans might think that I'm dead other than uploading shorts. And so, the streams help because, you're doing it and it's right there, and then everybody gets to see it. It's a whole thing.
All right. Levy would like to know, have you gotten a snack today? And if so, where from?
Yeah, actually, I went to this cool breakfast place with my girlfriend this morning. We were gonna go out today, but didn't end up working out, so we were only able to get breakfast, and then afterwards I went to help my friend with a project that he was working on. But yeah, I went to this breakfast place. I had a burger at a breakfast place. I know she had French toast. I had a burger. She always judges me, but I just really like the burgers, man. Sometimes I get waffles, strawberry
chicken.
Waffles. And chicken and waffles.
What's one big mistake you made early on in YouTube, and how did you learn from it?
Big mistake.
Or any mistake that you learned from.
Well, big mistake with YouTube was probably
Here, take this.
there. Thank you. Oh, boomerang. There was a struggle for a while, I think, trying to find a balance with my girlfriend and stuff. And I think you got to make sure that no matter what, like you're still, man, you're still just still trying to, yeah, I still have to treat it like a job. I can't treat it like it's my life, you know what I mean? And for a while I was kind of treating YouTube like, like this was my hobby and stuff. And so it was, YouTube is a good hobby and things, but I kind of treated it like it was my only hobby, you know what I mean? And it was a mistake to think of it like, well, if I have YouTube, then I can't have any other hobbies. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Complete mistake. I let go of just a bunch of other stuff, like playing a game every now and then. Like there was like a couple months where I just didn't play any video games, and I used to love playing puzzle games and just chilling and stuff, But there was a point where, dude, it had been so long, and I let go of just a bunch of other hobbies and things, and YouTube just became like my main thing. I was like, well, I'm a YouTuber now, so it has to be my hobby, so I can't do anything else. And that was just a massive mistake because it sent me into a deep spiral and stuff. And so yeah, try and make sure that if you do hobby or if you do YouTube, then like, you can stick to it. You can think of it as a hobby. It can be fun for you. It's supposed to be fun, but also keep your other hobbies as well.
All right, here, come here, take this potion and drink it.
Ooh,
okay,
swiftness.
Cool. All right, help me fight this boss. Where do you see your channel going in the next year?
Hopefully I'll be able to make a lot more long-form content. I'd like to be more than a shorts YouTuber. But yeah, the Riggy series is going to be my main focus for the year of 2024. And then, obviously it'll go on for a while, but it'll start to hopefully be like a side project more than like a main thing. For 2024, it's going to be like my main deal. But yeah, hopefully in like 2025 and stuff, I'll be able to work on my main or my main channel more. And yeah, we'll see.
All right. Are there any future content formats you plan to experiment with that you might be fine sharing with us?
Yeah, commentary style on the Dear Dano channel, or on the Dano channel. I obviously will always keep my Dear Dano channel going. But yeah, hopefully commentary style stuff on Dano, and then also full-on web series with the Riggy series.
All right. At what age did you realize you'd want to pursue YouTube? As a, YouTube
what year, or how old was I in 2014? I was in 4th grade. Hold on.
Well, I think I realized it.
Yeah, I think I realized it when I 21. I think I realized it when I was like 9 actually, but I didn't get a channel until I was old when I got my channel. Or not old, but I was like it was 2014 when I actually got my channel, but I didn't watch it. But I always wanted to be a YouTuber since I was like 9 years old. So probably, I don't know, I was like 10, 12 maybe. I'm not exactly sure, but around that age.
All right. Let me see. Let me come over here.
I'm horrible at this game.
Look a few of these. What's some advice you would give to somebody planning to start a YouTube channel today?
Find something unique and find like a style. I think, there's a lot of people that are able to get away with copying other people and stuff, and I do think that you can do that, especially in 2022. You can find something and improve upon it, and but I think if you put your own spin on something, if you find your own style that nobody else can that just is recognizable, that it's you. I think that's like what's important. That's what I did with like my graph paper and stuff. That's what I tried to do. I tried to make sure that it was unique and that people could see that it was, when you scroll onto it, that you're watching a Dano video, you know what I mean? And then also consistency and audience trust. Once you find that thing that separates you, make sure your audience trusts you to upload it consistently. So that way when they return, they know what they're going to come and get from you. Does that make sense? So, yeah.
Is there any advice that you wish someone had told you before you started making YouTube videos?
Be prepared to not sleep for the next year. No. Other than that, yeah, don't be afraid of uploading, I think is the number one thing. You can't try to make everything perfect. Like after a while, every single person has to let go of their project or what they're working on. You know what I mean? They just have to like say, all right, you know what? It's never going to be perfect, but I'm happy enough with it to release it because, you know, you could spend forever on a video and then just never upload it. You know what I mean? And eventually, you know, upload it and then you make like what, one video a month. But if you just focus on trying to make a video really good and then just like letting it go and being okay with what it is, then you know what I mean? Yeah. So.
McKenny YT asks, do you plan on proposing to your girlfriend?
Maybe when I'm 25. Before then, I don't really see that. No, yeah, we've talked about, you know, our future and stuff. We're not casual like high school relationship anymore. So yeah, we've definitely talked about having a future together and stuff. And so yeah, maybe when I'm 25. But yeah, so we'll see. But yeah, not currently. I don't have like a ring picked out or anything. That's yeah.
All right. How do you try to keep up with trends within YouTube and within the internet as a whole?
Not a whole lot of a trend. I don't try to keep up with trends too much. Like I did the Grimace Shake thing, and then you know, like sometimes I'll do the news, but I don't know. I don't put like a massive focus on trends because I try to, you know, I try to come up with, you know, just random stuff that people might find interesting. And I feel like if you cover trends too much, then it's like, well, I've already seen this from a bunch of other people, and I'm just competing with everyone else on the internet at that point. You know what I mean? So I think I'll leave the trends to most other people. But the Grimace Shake one was just fun, so that's what I try to. If I don't see like a fun way to integrate a trend into my videos, then I kind of skip out on it. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Do you worry with the more technical aspects of YouTube, such as SEO? Or, you know, really hardcore analytics?
I don't know about hardcore analytics. I worry a little bit about, you know, obviously, you know, video did bad, wonder why, you know, that like simplistic analytics. I'm not like Mr. Beast level where he knows everything, like the algorithm inside and out. But, you know, I try to keep up with my stuff, and if something's not working, figure out why it's not working. Just figure out what makes the fans happiest, you know, because he said replace algorithm with audience. Beastie said that, you know, and so I try to, you know, think of it that way. You know, when I see my analytics and I see that the analytics are down, I'm like, oh wow, well the audience just didn't like that video, you know. So I just try to improve myself for like the audience more than the algorithm. Does that make sense? I don't know how to explain it without sounding cheesy, but you know what I mean. I just the only reason I worry about the algorithm so much is because I worry that I'm not making good videos that people are enjoying. So anyway,
if you had $1 million to buy one thing, what would that one thing be?
Interesting. Like cool neons, I'd probably buy something pretty, like some big neon thing. I don't know, man. $1 million is a lot of money. I don't know. I don't need that much, dude. I'm always gonna live in like a smaller house probably, unless, you know, I get like a family and stuff, then I'll probably get something bigger so I can get my own room, or I can have my, you know, space. But other than that, dude, I don't need a whole lot to live. You know, I live on a modest budget. I'm just saving money right now, so you know, $1 million is a lot. I don't know if there's anything like I got my eye on, like, oh, I need that. But yeah, money isn't. I don't know. I don't need it that bad. There's people that use money in a lot better ways than I would know how to. Right? You know, there's people that donate it and people that go to give water to, you know, dying children, stuff like that. I don't know. I just think, you know, I'm not probably like one of the best people to have $1 million. I just kind of sit on it and save it, and you know, I don't need it.
Okay. What stutter mode. What YouTube channels do you watch in your spare time?
I think I said most of them. Most of the time now, it's just kind of scrolling around the algorithm, or scrolling around, seeing what the algorithm serves me up, scrolling around the homepage. So there's not like a whole lot that I focus on. I still watch, you know, like I mentioned before, The Odd Ones Out, Matt Pat, a little bit of Beastie. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of channels that I focus on, or that I like, oh, every single day I need to see this upload. But, you know, I try to keep up with a couple.
So, what do you do to try to relax and unwind?
Oh, I'm never relaxed. I'm always stressed out. A lot of anxiety, 24/7. Yeah, there's no relaxing yet. Looking into therapy. Hopefully that'll help.
Okay.
I'm laughing, but that was somebody. Oh man, it was. I accidentally had the window open on a stream a couple weeks ago, and a lot of my fans recognized it. So I guess this is my official time calling it out. Like, yeah, I'm pretty like wound up. So hopefully I'm trying to find a way to get myself not wound up.
this is a funny question, considering. Do you ever find it difficult to separate your work from your personal life?
Yes, all the time. I don't have a separation, dude. My work is my life at this point, and it's bad because I want to give more of myself to my girlfriend. I want to give more of myself to my friends, and it's rough.
Do you feel any pressure from being in the quote-unquote public eye? And if you do, how do you deal with it?
Other than streaming, trying to make sure I don't say anything stupid, but other than that, I don't really feel a whole lot of pressure. I just feel like this is my job, you know what I mean? I don't really feel like a celebrity or a big public figure or anything. It's just, it's kind of like, I do it every day. It's like, it's my 4 hours that I just dedicate, and it's how I stay alive. And it's nice. It's really nice to entertain people and everything. But yeah, I don't feel a whole lot of pressure, man.
Okay. How would you describe oh, sorry. What were you saying?
I was just gonna say, especially because Riggy is more famous than I am, so honestly, he's probably the one to worry. But he doesn't have to worry about anything. He could probably, well, he has killed people, and he's been very obvious about it, and people still love him. So anyway.
How would you describe the demographic of your audience?
Well, the YouTube analytics says that it's a lot older, but I know that that's probably not true. I know I probably have a lot of younger people out there just because the way that my videos are tailored, with the jumpy and the loud noises and the announcer voice and the cute animations and stuff. I know it's probably a little bit younger. I try to make videos that are entertaining to me personally, like a 19-year-old. So I'm sure I've got a couple people that are older, and I've heard my girlfriend's parents and stuff, and older people, older people and my family members and stuff, older people say that they enjoy my content, and so it's nice to hear that. But also, you know what I mean, it's the YouTube algorithm. I think everybody to some extent has children as part of their audience, even the people that swear all the time, like PewDiePie, you know what I mean? He swore all the time. If you looked at him from the surface, you'd think that he's for adults, but most of his kids were were children. So I think there's everybody on YouTube has a big child demographic as part of it. But yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think my mom, I sent her the Terminator video, and she enjoyed it.
That's cool.
All right. Do you think it's important to start a YouTube channel within a niche?
I don't know. I always hear the term find your niche and stuff, but if somebody asked me what my niche was, I wouldn't know what to tell them. Trivia, I guess, animation. I don't know. Yeah. I feel like it's more about the style and the consistency. I don't really know about niches, but yeah. I mean, it could help maybe if you've got a specific thing that you want to focus on. But yeah, I don't know about a niche.
I just got never been too really rare drops, 2 in a row out of a tree. It's actually kind of crazy. So then, would you say making content for more of a general audience is a better choice than going for a niche with your videos?
Yeah, I honestly, I don't know. I feel like at that point, you're just gonna have to try and see what works for you. I started out with gaming and movie facts, so maybe that was kind of a niche, and then it evolved into general topics. But yeah, I feel like my best advice is just try everything out within your find a style, find a consistency, and then try and find I don't know, just try a bunch of different stuff and see what works out for you. You know what I mean? It's a lot of YouTube, no matter what. Somebody could teach you exactly what you need to do, but a lot of it is still got trial and error involved. You know what I mean? There's this whole thing of, if somebody gave you a perfect guidebook on exactly how to be a YouTuber, then, or if there was a guidebook that was sold for everybody on how to be a YouTuber, then everybody would be making the same videos, like the Mr. Beast, clones and stuff. So I feel like a lot of it, if you want to be original, if you want to last on YouTube, then you're going to have to do a lot of trial and error.
All right. How have you seen YouTube change since you started making content?
Shorts kind of changed a lot of stuff. Some good, some bad. It helped close the gap between brand new creators and creators that have monopolized the scene, but at the same time it's also hurt the retention values and people's ability to watch a long form video. I know I barely watch shorts, honestly, even though I'm a shorts YouTuber. I like more long form videos. So it's kind of crazy. It's changed a whole lot since I was a kid. And I've always loved the personality based YouTubers. I think there's a little bit more of a spectacle focus, which is, I'm not the first one to say that, and I'm sure I won't be the last, but like Mr. Beast, his personality, if you try to describe it, it would be he's nice and he donates to people and he gives money away, and there's not much of a whole personality. Like if you take away Mr. Beast and all of his money and his amazing video ideas, which again, he's a very talented guy, he knows what he's doing, he knows how to be on top, but if you take all that stuff away, you wouldn't really just watch him by himself, no editing, being a streamer or something. I mean, maybe you would, maybe a couple people would like to see that side of him, but YouTube used to be completely personality based. Like they came for you and you alone. It wasn't about spectacle, but now it's about spectacle. It's about the idea. And used to, it was just like, oh, well, I'll watch my favorite YouTuber I'll watch my favorite YouTuber read memes for a while because I just like my favorite YouTuber. You know what I mean? Whereas a lot of people now, the people that get the most views at least, and the people that top the algorithm, it's because they're just making insane cool stunts and stuff. You know what I mean? And again, no hate towards anybody. Everybody makes their own living on the platform their own way. I'm just saying that's how the content has changed since I was a kid.
How have you tailored your content to fit how YouTube has changed over the last year?
I caught it from the tail end. I feel like most of the change had already happened before I, came into the scene. So I just tried to adapt to, the shorts algorithms and stuff. And as I've gone along, I've tried to plug my long forms and stuff. Just rolling with the punches. I haven't done a whole lot of adapting. I'm sure the old creators that had to go through all of this had it a lot harder than I did, having to go through the shorts algorithm and shorts being created and stuff. I feel like shorts just changed a lot of YouTube in general. So anyway, I feel like they had to struggle a lot more than I did. I haven't had to go through a whole lot, and I don't mean to brag like, oh, it's been easy for me. I'm just saying people have had it harder than I have. You know what I mean? So I don't want to undermine their achievements.
Do you have any silly habits or routines that you follow daily?
Waking up at 3 a.m. like an idiot to edit videos is a silly habit, I think. Sometimes I'll eat like a whole loaf of bread instead of having dinner. Sometimes I just won't eat for a whole day. Sometimes I'll eat like one meal a day and it'll just be big, which is better than the not eating. But yeah, I've got more stupid habits than anything.
Have you noticed, I know you said that you regularly are sleep deprived. Have you noticed that taking any negative effects on you physically or mentally?
Yes.
Would you like to elaborate?
I'm a train wreck, dude. I'm trash mentally, dude. I'm gonna one of these days I'm just gonna heel over and die. But honestly, it's fine. It's worth it. I'm still making some good stuff, and hopefully when I get my editor, then I'll be a lot better.
Do you have any favorite books?
Favorite books? Yes. There's this series called the Shadow Children series. The first one is called Among the Hidden. They're my favorite books of all time. Obviously, they're below my age demographic now. I think they're like from 5th grade, but seriously, like it's written like a 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade book, but like the contents, like the adventure aspect, dude, I just love the Shadow Children series. It's like one of my favorites.
Is that the one where
is that
the one where the people disappear on the airplane? Or am I thinking of something else?
No. The Shadow Children is about it's like a dystopian future.
Where they hide in attics?
Yeah.
I think I did read that.
Children.
I was trying to think. Yeah, I've read that book, and I absolutely hated it.
Oh, well.
The
rest of the series is good. The rest of the series is, it's different from the first book. The first book is all about the attic things, and then the rest of the book is, like, trying to change the government, and so there's, like, they hide among the enemy and stuff. It's a whole deal. But, yeah, I can understand why the first one wouldn't be, something that you might be into.
What are some childhood experiences that have significantly impacted the way you live your life today?
I've done a lot of stupid things in my childhood. There was somebody that, I've been hurt. I've hurt people. There was one guy in particular, though, we got into a big, there was a big skirmish a couple years ago. I lost a bunch of friends. I was 16, actually, I think, when it started. I just, I did stupid things, and they did stupid things, and then, anyway, I was the more stupid out of everything. I was trying to impress people that I shouldn't have been trying to impress. And anyway, this guy basically, when all was said and done, he told me to make something out of my life. And so I did. You know, I made YouTube and everything. And it's all because of this one guy. And he actually messaged me pretty recently. And he said that he was really proud of me for seeing that I'd done something with my life. And we've reconnected a little bit. Not much, but you know what I mean? It's just, yeah, I made a bunch of mistakes when I was a kid, and so from then on, I've always just tried to put more. I realized at a certain point, I was like, dude, I'm not going to be alive for, you know, ever, and I think I just need to focus on putting more good into the world than bad, and that's where the rest of my life is stemmed from. Is, you know, I've made mistakes in the past, and like, you know, everybody's made mistakes in the past, but after a while I was like, dude, I just need to focus on, I put bad into the world, I put good into the world. I need to make the scales tip in the goodness realm. You know what I mean? I just want to make sure that I put a lot more good into the world than bad. That's all.
Okay. Going off of that, how do your close friends and family feel about your YouTube?
I've gotten a little bit of, well, my family was, you know, they were about it at first. Now they're supportive. My friends have always, I don't know. I don't know. I try not to talk about it a whole lot. There's a lot of people that don't actually even know that I do YouTube, because I don't know. I don't like to bring it up like, oh, by the way, I've got 2 million subscribers on YouTube. I just, you know, there's no real way to bring it up without sounding like a dummy. But yeah, you know, so there's actually some friends that don't even know I do YouTube, but for the most part, you know, the people that do know are like, dude, that's so cool, I'm so happy for you, and stuff. They're all supportive. You know, I haven't met anybody that's like, oh, you're a YouTuber, well, I want you to jump off a bridge or something like that. You know, I haven't met anybody mean, or one of my friends. Obviously they could be hiding feelings that I don't know about, but for the most part, you know, it's good.
Do you have a favorite movie?
I've got a couple. Back to the Future is pretty good. Endgame, Avengers Endgame. On the more cinematic side, I've got, you know, Inglorious. I don't want to say the full name, but it's a Quentin Tarantino movie. You know, it's all over the place. I've got a bunch of like actual cinematic movies that I like, and then I've also got a lot of junk food movies that I like. I don't know how else to explain them. But yeah, it's all over the place. Favorite Marvel movies: Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Spider-Man No Way Home, or no, Spider-Man Homecoming was one of my favorites. But then cinematic, I don't know. I watch a bunch of movies, man. It's really hard to tell you favorites. You know what I mean?
And to follow up on that, any favorite TV shows?
Breaking Bad was pretty good, but I wouldn't say it's my absolute favorite. The Office, Parks and Recreation, The Good Place, Castlevania on Netflix was pretty good. Gravity Falls, and The Amazing World of Gumball, definitely up there. Definitely those two are some of my favorites. That's going to be the biggest inspiration for the Riggy series, actually, is like a mixture of The Amazing World of Gumball and Gravity Falls. But yeah, I've got just a bunch of them.
Okay. If you weren't a YouTuber, what do you think you'd be doing right now?
I'd still probably be trying to audition to be an actor, which I still might do one day. You know, if my girlfriend goes to college in LA, which she's trying to do, then I'll move up there with her, and I'll start trying to act again. I'll still be uploading YouTube videos, but yeah, I'll probably be an actor, or I would just be a nobody working in a restaurant like I was when I started this. So I worked in a restaurant for about a month, and then I was like, dude, I don't think the job that I was doing, and I felt kind of worthless, and I knew that I wasn't going to last very long mentally if I was working at that restaurant forever. And so after a month of working at the restaurant, I started my YouTube channel. It was just kind of a good way to make myself feel like I was still doing something. And then, you know, I ended up quitting the restaurant. So yeah.
All right. How do you deal with situations that bring you a lot of stress or anxiety?
I don't know. Whenever I'm like, okay, well, there's like different types of stress. There's like a little bit of like worry stress, like, oh, it's coming soon. But most of the time, trying to focus on today. Then there's like the immediate stress of like, oh, I just accidentally like backed into somebody's car, you know, stuff like that, which is like, oh, my face gets all red, and you know, I get like this pit in my stomach, and there's no real way to deal with that other than, you know, try and breathe and stay in the moment. You know, I think is the best. That quote from Kung Fu Panda, right? Tomorrow, yesterday is a yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery, today is a gift. That's why it's called the present. Master Oogway, one of the most genius lines ever in cinematic history. Focus on today. You know what I mean? Oh, look at the lanterns. That's so beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yo, it reminds me of Tangled. I love Tangled. That's another one of my favorite movies.
Lauren Carey says hello.
Hello, Lauren Carey. It's nice to see you.
So I'm getting a notification that my Wi-Fi is... Anybody got lag? Okay, no, I think it's just a little bit of... Okay, so it's not everybody saying there's lag, so I think we're good.
Cool.
Okay. Have you faced any personal setbacks or failures, and what did you learn from them?
Failures. No.
Reference.
Well, you know, YouTube. I failed at YouTube for about 8 years. And then finally it worked out. You know, I think obviously there's sometimes when people just aren't meant to do certain things. I think Monsters University is like one of the most real, down-to-earth movies ever because it just focuses on the fact that like some people just like can't do certain things, and it's like a rough thing to know. But like, you know, like if I wanted to choose like a perfect thing that I would just love to do, honestly, I would love to be a singer. Like, you know, just like being on stage and dancing and just like, you know, having a giant stadium filled with people. I've always thought like that's so cool, but also I cannot sing at all, so I've never tried to be a singer. You know what I mean? And you know, there's other things that I can do. I can write, I can announce like to a certain like well degree, and so that's what I need to do. You know what I mean? I need to do YouTube. So I think, you know, I don't remember the question. Can you say it again?
It was, have you faced any personal setbacks or failures, and what did you learn from them?
Oh, yeah. So there's definitely been setbacks in my life, but there's certain things that I'm just not meant to do, and I need to understand that, and or everybody needs to understand that there's certain things that you're not meant to do, so then you need to give up. But then most of the time, sometimes you're like, yeah, if you don't give up, then you'll definitely get somewhere, but there's certain times to give up and certain times to not give up. You know what I mean? Once you know that something is like slightly working, then plug away at it. Like YouTube, I got a couple thousand views, and I could have given up because it wasn't spiking, but I still saw that it was going upward even though it was really slow. And so even if it was slow, I still saw it was going up, which means that that's one of the things that you're not supposed to give up on. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but there's just, you know, there's certain times when you know what you need to do and you know you need to keep going hard at it, and then there's certain times when, you know, maybe it's okay if you try something else or if you go from a different angle. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No.
Has there been anything that you've really pursued or tried really hard at that you would have considered a failure?
That I would that I've tried really hard at that I would have considered a failure. Well, you know, again, I tried to be a gaming YouTuber and stuff. I don't really know. You know, there's been a lot of rough times in my life, and I can't really think of them because I'm in a good place now. You know what I mean? I have YouTube. I have a girlfriend. There's a lot of relationships that I failed at. You know, there's a lot of friendships that I failed at. But yeah, I don't know. After a while, you kind of forget all those things because you're in a good place, and so the past doesn't exactly matter. So, yeah.
What are your hobbies and interests outside of YouTube?
Well, again, I like acting. I like, you know, drawing different types of art that's, you know, personal for me. I like writing. Again, stuff that's, you know, not for YouTube, but, you know, there's a couple different things. Yeah, I don't know if video games counts as a hobby. I like quiet puzzle games and things. Yeah, I don't know. There's a couple stuff, but there's some things that I don't know. I like to keep private. Just because, you know, I don't know. There's certain things that are just, you know, for me, and I don't really want to have the whole world know everything. I like the world to just know that I'm good at, or I'm decently good at drawing, and I'm willing to share that with everybody. But, you know, there's just some hobbies that are just between me, myself, and I, you know what I mean? And sometimes my girlfriend, and it's, you know, it's just, anyway, yeah.
How do you handle criticism and negative feedback on a personal level?
I agree with a lot of it, especially at the beginning. Some people were like, "Oh, this guy's so annoying," and I'm like, "Yeah, my shorts honestly are kind of annoying to myself sometimes. Like, it's like, oh, I hate the way my voice sounds on recording. I was never like that, but after editing myself for like ever and hearing my voice for like hours and hours and hours at a time, yes, now my voice is annoying to myself. So, people in comments that say, wow, his voice is so annoying. I'm like, yeah, dude, you're totally right. I'm sorry. I know this isn't up your alley. Some people will like my stuff, some people won't. And so I try to just go along with it because I know there's a lot of content that's great objectively that I just don't like. And so that's the way that I try to look at it, is like, even though my content might be good to me or to others, and obviously there's a lot more positive comments than negative comments too. So I know that some people are enjoying it, and so that's why I'm making the content for. And I know that some people aren't going to like it. And honestly, there's a lot of quality content that I just don't like. And so I vibe. I'm like, yeah, you're chilling. I get it. I try to understand where people are coming from instead of trying to get defensive or angry or whatever.
I think someone just super think their address. Don't do that.
Oh my gosh. Do not send your address to people.
You probably don't want to actually do that. Let's probably not. Okay, a lot of people are asking, can you eat a loaf of bread right now, please? I think this is kind of like the thermal paste from Johnny's videos. That's why
oh my gosh.
You'll probably have a lot of that tomorrow. Are you streaming tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm streaming tomorrow. I think I'm going to stream Rabbids Go Home for the Wii.
Is that a good game? I don't think I've ever played any of the Rabbids games. I've played Mario and Rabbids. That game is great.
Well, that's
I wasn't expecting it to be good, but it actually was really good.
Yeah, the Rabbids mini-games ones are like okay, but Rabbids Go Home, honestly, is one of my favorite games of all time. Just a lot of it is nostalgia value, too, you know what I mean? But yeah.
How do you define success, and do you feel that you've... Red?
I was gonna say the bread thing. Yeah, maybe next stream. Not tomorrow, because I don't have enough time to go to the store and get some bread. But next time I'll eat a whole loaf of bread.
All right. How? Oh, I died. How would you define success, and do you feel that you have achieved it?
I don't know. I don't really feel personally like I've achieved success or whatever. I feel like I don't know how I'd explain success, but I don't feel like I've done it yet. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. It's just, it felt really good seeing the fan art that could count as success. It felt really good seeing people, I don't know. There's a lot of connection between people and Riggy. Maybe there's a certain monetary goal that would constitute a success, but honestly, I don't know. None of that stuff is really in my mind. I just kind of want to make a good life for myself and for my girlfriend right now. Okay. I'm not really focused on some ultimate goal of success or whatever. It's just, I don't know. We're all going to be forgotten in 3 generations time. So I don't know. I don't really see a point in like trying to, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like success should come from helping people, making people happy while you can, because that's the only thing that matters. Being famous and stuff, it's never gonna last. You know what I mean? Like, try and think of a famous celebrity from 60 years ago besides Marilyn Monroe. You can't, or Walt Disney, I guess. But even then, they're starting to fade. One day nobody's gonna remember them either. It's just the way the world goes. And considering how many YouTubers there are now, internet celebrities, blah 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 blah, dude, we're all gonna get lost in a flood. And sorry, I don't mean to be depressing or anything, but I just, there's no point chasing a fruitless goal.
All right. What kind of impact do you want to leave on the world through your content and actions?
Well, again, my content, or my symbol is a peace sign. I think those are the two things. I just, I want to promote peace, and I want to promote laughter more than anything. You know what I mean? And by peace, I mean, like, dude, there's so much just hate in the world for no reason. You know what I mean? And it's just, I don't know. I sound like so cheesy and stuff saying that. It's like a little 19-year-old, like, oh, there's so much hate in the world, and I just want to solve all of it. That's not what I mean. I mean, like, dude, if I can just, like, encourage people to be nice to, like, one other person, then I'll be happy. You know what I mean? If my entire life, all I did was make one guy be nice to one other guy by giving him, like, his leftovers or something, or donate to the homeless, like, one time, then I'll have done my goal. You know what I mean? That's what I mean by peace. I don't mean, like, oh, let's fix world peace just by me uploading YouTube videos. I just mean, like, dude, let's, like, help each other out just, like, a little more. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Do you practice any specific philosophical beliefs going off of that?
Most of that is personal, but, I still just, I think my main thing is just be good to every single person, and like no matter what. Like I don't care who it is, just be good to every single person. I think that's the best philosophical belief. You know, then there's, you know, there's the stuff that I go to my girlfriend's church and stuff, obviously, and you know, I do believe in God, but also I know that there's a lot of people that don't, and I have absolutely no problem with that. You know what I mean? I think we just need to love every single person, like literally every single person. And also I've gotten a bunch of comments too, like Dano, what are your opinions on just all these different political topics and stuff, and all these certain groups of people, and blah 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 blah. And I say, you know what, everybody just deserves to be happy, and everybody else needs to respect that happiness. You know what I mean? That's just period, end of story.
Okay. Was there any defining moment in your life where you'd say that you...
As long as you're not hurting anybody. As long as you're not hurting anybody. That's the one caveat. Be happy, do whatever you want, as long as you're not hurting anybody.
That's an important distinction to make.
Yeah. Sorry, what were you saying?
Let me see. Oh. Was there any one time in your life when you'd say you kind of found purpose in what you do?
I don't know. I'm still kind of searching for a purpose. I think, well, there was a moment actually where I realized that my life's goal is just to make people laugh, and I think that's, you know, I realized that a while ago, and I think that's kind of my purpose. But other than that, I'm still trying to find, like, I don't know if I do have one big thing that I'm missing. But for now, it's just to make people laugh, and maybe there'll be a different purpose that I find in the future. Maybe there won't be, but for now, it's just, you know, make people laugh.
How do you approach the unknowns and uncertainties of life?
I don't really know. I don't know. Bravery. Looking forward to the future. I don't really know. I think as long as I have my girlfriend by my side, or at least, you know, one person in my corner, then I think everything's gonna be okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My best answer.
Oh yeah. Can you share a story of maybe personal growth that you think you might have experienced, like, before the age of 10?
Before the age of 10?
Yeah.
Personal growth. I don't know. I don't think... Do we remember a whole lot before we become 10? I don't know. Personal growth. I think maybe I learned to share when I was a kid. I don't know.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Any, like, teachers you'd say impacted your life when you were really young?
My kindergarten teacher was great. My first grade teacher was horrible. My second grade teacher was fantastic. My third grade teacher was just absolutely amazing, an angel sent from heaven. My fourth grade teacher was horrible. My fifth grade teacher was eh. My sixth grade teacher was eh. I had a lot of... most of the other teachers were, you know, just okay from then on. I had a good couple film teachers. There was one biology teacher that I liked. That's about it. Or computer science teacher. That's what it was. Yeah. Eh.
How well do you feel you know yourself?
I don't know. I don't know. I think I know myself a decent amount, but sometimes I still don't know exactly what I need out of life, and also, you know, I don't know exactly what it takes to make me happy yet, so I haven't figured that out yet. I'm pretty mean to myself, honestly, like kind of abusive to myself. You know, as a YouTuber, you think, oh, it's so cool, I'm gonna get to work for myself, you know? Or I don't have a boss, but then you realize that you're your own boss, and that means that you get to abuse your only employee, which is yourself. So, you know, I there's a lot of times that I'm like, dude, I don't think I'm good enough or something. It's a lot of bad self-talk, which I'm trying to work on. My girlfriend's really upset about it, actually. We've been trying to work on it together for a while. But yeah, I don't know myself. I don't know myself too well. I just know that you know, I can take a lot of criticism from myself, at least, without, you know, I don't know how to explain it. I'm getting off track, dude. My brain's going off the rails. My nose will not stop itching.
No, that's fair. That's fair. If you're super tired, we can call it and, like...
No, you're good. We can keep going as long as you need.
Sure.
As long as you need. Yeah, we're good.
I mean, I'm having fun right now. Keep going. Do you ever take time for self-reflection? and to think of your personal self?
Self-reflection.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, well, I take time to kind of evaluate what I want out of making content and things. I don't know about, I don't know. I don't think I spend too much time, self-reflection. I'm trying to think. I don't know. It's I'm struggling. I don't think so. I think a lot of dude, my life is kind of just like a constant race going on. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to get content out as fast as I can, as creative, and try and make it as good as I can. But yeah, I don't know about. I'm trying to make a rabbit character thing right now, but it's not really working out. It just kind of looks like a weird lopsided circle. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I try to just like speed up as fast as I can. I don't really slow down a lot, which is rough. But yeah, I should probably take a break and smell the flowers sometime.
Going off of that, what's a new hobby or activity you'd like to try? And why, of course.
I've always wanted to try to get a lot better at spray painting. I'm decent at it, but not the best. So yeah, I kind of want to follow in Riggy's footsteps and learn how to do a little bit better graffiti art.
Well, I actually probably don't want to. Nah, that's fine.
Hold on, sorry, I was trying to get my boomerang out for.
What's a hobby or interest you have that your audience would find really surprising?
I don't know. I tried to code a game once. It didn't work out, but you know, it was fun for a little while. And especially, I was trying to use Unity too, which was a bad idea considering everything that's going on now. So yeah, you know, I don't know. I tried coding a game once, and I don't think I've ever told my audience about that. So that's kind of interesting. But other than that, yeah.
Unity thing's affected a lot of people.
Yeah, that's really rough, dude. I'm actually like genuinely like saddened for a bunch of these developers that are gonna
health potions here. And also sit on this campfire; it'll heal you faster. But also don't let stuff hit you.
Okay, thanks. Thank you. Where's the campfire? Oh, there.
Right there.
Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And even it's been the you know, certain person who made a certain video relating to Shorts Wars that might have had something to do with the game. The stuff they were working on, they really, I don't know why I'm being cryptic. It's not like any of this is canon. The guy Vervine who made the Clone VPN game video, or the game for the video rather, his personal project was on Unity, so he's kind of had to scrap that for now and learn a new engine.
Oof.
Oh yeah, you probably don't want to do that.
Yeah, my bad. But yeah, dude, oh, that's so rough. I feel so bad for all these developers that spend so much time and effort in these games. Oh, man. And also, I'm worried, like, there's some games that I've been looking forward to. There's this one called, oh, man, what is it? The Adventure of, or maybe it was, oh, man, I don't remember what it was, but still. The Plucky Squire. I really hope that wasn't made in Unity. Why is there an Eater of World? What the? Preston, what did you do?
I'll just run back over here. Also, if you didn't eat that burger, go ahead and eat that burger. I gave you a burger.
Nice.
Yeah.
I ate the burger.
Can you share an experience where you've had to manage intense emotions?
Manage intense emotions. I cried pretty hard when my first girlfriend broke up with me, but other than that, there's not a lot. It's okay. It's better now because, you know, I got a better girlfriend. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really get angry that often. I feel like that's the intense emotion that a lot of people think of. But I don't know. It's pretty hard to make me, like, full-on angry or something. You know, I don't even get annoyed a lot of the time. I kind of just... I try to empathize with people, and, like, I see where they're coming from. And I know that most people that try to, like, I don't know. Nobody's ever, like... tried super hard to make me angry, I guess. I don't know. I don't... Well, I think people have tried before, but I'm just really hard to make angry. So, I don't know. I don't feel a lot of, like, intense emotions. I get sad a lot sometimes, but, you know, not really anger.
Okay.
You trying to focus on the thing?
No, I kind of forgot I was asking questions for a second there. What personal achievement are you most proud of?
Most proud of?
So you probably want to hop up here on these platforms.
Trying to get off the I'm trying to get off the.
That's fair.
There we go.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Proud of.
Personal achievement. I think making Riggy, I guess. Or I didn't really. Okay, lore-wise, I didn't make Riggy, but you know, so talking outside of that, I think it's really cool that so many people have treated him like he's, you know, I don't know. It's so cool just seeing people talk about him, like, you know, like how real he is to so many people, and it's really cool to see that happen. But you know, other than that, you know, I think that's the best personal achievement is helping Riggy get famous.
All right.
Even though he's more famous than I am now.
How comfortable would you describe yourself in terms of being vulnerable in public and with other people in your personal life?
I'm pretty bad at being vulnerable to pretty much anyone but my girlfriend and also my brother. I'm pretty vulnerable to my brother a lot too. But also my Dear Dano channel is pretty much like the most vulnerable I'll ever be to like anyone. You know what I mean? Like brother, like a lot of my personal family like doesn't even know me as well as they think they do. You know what I mean? Like even my friends and stuff, they don't know me as well as they think they do. They kind of pigeonhole me as like, oh wow, that's Danny and he's always happy-go-lucky and smiley and stuff, when in reality I'm kind of like a pretty melancholic guy, you know what I mean? So my Dear Dano channel is like pretty much like just like the most open version of me that anyone sees.
All right. How do you overcome creative blocks and find inspiration when you feel stuck?
Creative blocks. Well, you know, I think watching YouTube for the most part is what helps me. I don't know. I think it helps me a lot trying to try just watching other people be creative, honestly, and then that's the most inspiring.
All right. Oh, my game is lagging. Hold on. Are you stuck here? I don't think I've asked this. Oh wait, no. I was gonna ask what your favorite video game is, but I think most people here probably already know the answer.
Well, it's that, yeah. Deltarune is,
yeah.
Deltarune is, yeah. It's. Well, I don't know if it's like my most favorite, but it's definitely like the top up there. Also, Portal 2 is up there. I like the Pedestrian, the Stanley Parable. Superliminal is pretty high. I like a lot of those mind-bending, weird puzzle games, but like meaning-wise, Deltarune has got to be like the best. Like, dude, just like the storyline and everything. It means a lot to me personally. I have my best friend. Our story like kind of mirrors pretty closely to Deltarune with you know, the whole like the kid that wouldn't open up and then the kid that kept trying. I was the annoying kid that kept trying to get him to open up. It was a whole thing, but yeah, it just means a lot to me personally.
Yeah, that does mirror Deltarune quite a bit. Alex says, "Hey Dano, I hope you have a nice day."
Thank you, Alex. I hope you do too.
What's one thing you've learned about yourself recently?
I don't know. I've been on kind of I've just kind of been on autopilot for the past year, honestly. I think I realized that I'm a little bit better at I realized that I'm a little bit better at telling stories than I thought I was. I thought that I still needed a lot more practice, but from what I've shown of my family and friends so far of the Riggy series, they're really happy with it and everything, and it's given me a lot of confidence, you know what I mean? And you know, I'm not the best. I don't think I'll ever be the best, but you know, it was pretty cool to realize that it was that it. I don't, how do I? There we go.
Yeah, just right click it.
Oh, right click?
Yeah, right. Oh, well, you can also put it on normal.
There we go.
Right click
cool.
is usually how I do it.
Yeah, that worked out better for me. But yeah, it was cool seeing that I could tell a story that people enjoyed.
I'm gonna use this potion here. One I just gave you. How familiar are you with Dragon Ball?
My friends are really big into it, but I haven't watched it.
Are you aware of Super Saiyan?
Or read it. Yeah.
Okay.
And how Sonic copied it, yeah.
Do you feel that it's possible to attain a sort of Super Saiyan type mode of focus and creativity and efficient output within work or YouTube or anything like that?
Oh yeah, 100%. I know it's possible. I can't do it, but I know it's possible. There are some people that can attain complete focus and you know, get locked in and stuff. But yeah, I struggle with it, but I know that there's definitely people out there who can.
80 bitty, 80 bitey. 80 bitey would like to know if we can see Riggy.
He's asleep right now, actually. I don't want to wake him up. He gets mad at me and starts throwing stuff and yelling and abusing me.
How has your worldview evolved since you've started YouTube?
My worldview. I don't know. I kind of feel like there's a lot more better people in the world than I previously thought. Like, I've always believed in an overall, like, goodness and humanity. I think that there's definitely a lot of bad people, but I also think that I think we think that there's a lot more bad people than there are because of, the news and because on social media we just see all the negative stuff. But definitely on YouTube, I've kind of realized that, dude, there's a lot of nice people too, and they kind of get silenced a lot. But all my commenters and stuff, and all the support that I've been shown, even when I was like relatively like bad at YouTube, you know what I mean? I still got so many supportive comments and things, and it really raised my hope in humanity.
Oh, let's see this. Taze says, Dano, you're amazing. Can we get Rosie's past?
Rosie's past? Oh, well, thank you, number one, for saying that I'm amazing. But also, Rosie, you guys will see all about her in the Riggy series. It'll introduce, everything. It'll also show how she and Riggy got together. But yeah, you guys you'll be able to see her personality and everything in the Riggy series.
Very cool. Okay. When you do take breaks, how do you try to detach from the online world?
I've definitely deleted Instagram and definitely have deleted Twitter a lot of times when I just need to chill out. But I don't know. I think that as a YouTuber, it's irresponsible of me to completely detach from everything online. But there have been some times where I delete everything and I try to just chill out and reevaluate myself. But yeah, a lot of and also spending time with Leia. Obviously, she keeps me grounded and stuff, and makes me remember that there's a world outside of the online one. But yeah, there's not a whole. As a YouTuber, I can't really completely detach from it, or else I'm not doing my job, which is bad.
Where do you see your channel in the next year?
I don't know. We'll see where it goes. It could be canceled in the next year, so it could just die. But other than that, hopefully it'll keep going good. Or Riggy will get me canceled, most likely. Yeah, hopefully the Riggy series helps out. Honestly, that's going to be where most of my focus is. I'll still obviously always be uploading shorts, but I'm just always. But I'm just going to be working on the Riggy series as well, and so that's where a lot of my focus is going to be. And I really hope that a lot of people are going to enjoy it.
I know you said you're currently working on how you maybe mentally talk to yourself and think of yourself. Are there any other personal facets of your life that you're currently trying to work on over the next year and improve upon?
Yeah, balance, mental health. There's a meteor that just went back down in the background. What do we do about that? Yeah.
There's gonna be like a little patch of meteor ore somewhere randomly on the surface. And you can and we can mine that to get make meteor armor and so forth.
Epic. Yeah, anyway, yeah, mental health and I don't want to get too specific. Maybe I'll mention it on my Dear Dano channel, but for now it's not really the time and the place.
ID Bidey asks, serious question. You have to reset your life from the start, but you get to bring one piece of knowledge. What do you keep?
Huh. What do I keep? I think the one piece of knowledge that I would keep is it's not really specific, but more just a life lesson. As long as I know that it's from my future self, is you are who your friends are, and so choose them carefully, and don't try to be anything that you're not.
That's something I've also had to learn. Very good piece of advice there. Okay, let me see. How important would you say friendships and support and your support network are to your personal growth?
Again, Leia is my rock. She's, you know, if I didn't have her, I wouldn't be able to do anything. You know, she's been with me since before I started YouTube. I started YouTube because I wanted to make something cool, yeah, but the way that she, you know, her constant support and admiration for everything that I do, you know, if I didn't have her, I wouldn't be anything. She's incredibly important to me in so many ways. Thank you.
Take that. That'll make you faster and light you up.
Nice.
Taze says, my name is pronounced Taizai. All right.
Oh, nice. Cool name.
Has there been any one single point over the last year where you'd say you felt the absolute most creativity and innovation within yourself?
Definitely Shorts Wars. I was like hesitant to try that animation style, like the Blender stuff, forever, but because of Shorts Wars, it kind of forced out of me because I wanted to make something cool, and yeah, so I definitely was the most proud of myself during Shorts Wars and my creative output.
Can you share a story where your resilience was tested and how you overcame that obstacle?
Well, again, during Shorts Wars, my resilience was definitely tested because I thought that I could make the Riggy and pair animation in a lot shorter time than I was able to. I was like overconfident in my abilities. I was like, oh, well, it'll just be like, it'll take the same amount of time that it'll take me to make like a couple shorts. Just wrong. Just absolutely wrong, dude. It took like the same amount of time. Dude, it was Blender. It was a completely different ball game, especially with the exporting and stuff. And so I had to stay awake for like, you know, a couple days and just not sleep. But I had committed to it and I wanted to get it done and I wanted to make it look cool. And eventually I didn't even manage to get all of it done. We had to split part of it up and make it the phone call. It was just, you know, way too big of a project. But even though, you know, what we did get done, what we did get done, I was really proud of. You know what I mean? And so anyway.
Do you find it important to maintain authenticity and vulnerability with your audience?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a part where there's sometimes when you have to be strong for your audience and hide, you know, certain feelings to make sure that they're happy and give them a good day. You know, like sometimes I'm not feeling like 100%, but I still try and put on a happy face. That way I can entertain people. But then other times it calls for vulnerability and you have to be honest and you have to be open because people can see through, you know, charades and stuff. And when you're not being 100% yourself or true or, you know, whatever. And so those are the times when I try to, you know, like my Dear Dano channel again. Sounds like I'm plugging it over and over again, but I'm not. It's just because a lot of these questions are related to, you know, anyway. But yeah, I try to be 100%. No, I am 100% like authentic on that channel. And so anyway, yeah, there's times when you got to be strong and you got to be entertaining and stuff. And then there's times when you can be authentic and it's nice. It's also scary because you don't know how people are going to take it. But yeah.
Do you have a favorite video that you've made?
Yeah, it's still the Riggy versus Clone Riggy one. Also, hey, you know what? Where did Riggy go on MP4? Dude, that was fantastic. And also, Married Life on Riggy's channel. Those are my favorites.
Yeah, indeed. Let's see what we got here.
All right, it's almost 3 o'clock my time. I'm starting to get tired. I'm not gonna lie. Let's do probably like 3 more questions. Is that okay?
Yeah. Let me look in chat and see. Who's your favorite Deltarune character?
Deltarune character. I really like the design of Javel. Oh, Lancer. No. It's Lancer. I love Lancer, dude. Lancer's my favorite. I'm going to thrash you, dude. He's great. I love Lancer.
Very cool.
He's so goofy.
Can you tell us the story about the Toyota commercial?
Oh yeah, I was a kid. You know, I'd been a child actor for a while. The Toyota commercial. I don't know. There's not really a story behind it. It just happened. It was really cool. It took 2 days to film. I had to take days off of school. There was a lot of negative comments actually. Like now, if you go on the Toyota commercial, you just see, oh, that's Dano. He's a YouTuber now. But back then, I wasn't famous. I was just nobody. And so the comments were like, dude, that kid is so annoying. So it was definitely rough reading those, but you know, now it's anyway.
All right. Let's see here. I think Dacha asked something.
Oh really?
What made you? Yeah, what made you want to make the Riggy series, and how did you come up with it?
Well, I've always thought that Riggy has. Okay, Riggy is definitely a lot more than a one-dimensional character. He's got a lot of personality and a lot of emotions that can be explored that I can't touch on in shorts. It's a minute long, and so Riggy definitely needs his own chance to be by himself, and he needs to be without me. He and I work good off of each other, even though most of that is just us arguing. But also by himself, I think that he can shine, and so that's where most of that came from. And also, I think it's fun to just hide lore in shorts and just to show Riggy's backstory. It's gonna be cool, you know what I mean? I'm excited. Also, I love Dacha, dude. I saw their newest video today. Oh, fantastic!
Good.
So, man,
I don't think I've seen the one from today. The Dacha's videos are always really funny. I like the one that you sent me the other day with the talking about the 2 premieres. And dude, saying that they were cloned. That was very funny.
Yeah, but also, yeah, the video that they made today, like not short, but it was like a video analyzing these old documents that spilled some of the lore from the series, which I kind of forgot that I released publicly, but it's okay. So they kind of reminded me. But anyway, yeah, they analyzed them and they did a really good job because yeah, they did a really good job. That's all I'm gonna say. They're getting pretty close. Okay. Dude, I love Dacha.
Okay, let me see. I'm gonna find one more. I'm gonna wait and see if I can find a good one.
Oh yeah, one more really good one to end it all off. Dude, I want to take off my nose. I just want to get rid of it.
Okay.
Ugh.
Let's see. I think a lot of questions on Riggy. By the way, guys, some of these questions have been asked before during the stream. So like if you afterward. Also, I did want to plug this. I'm gonna be uploading a slightly edited version of this as a podcast. Maybe at some point later. I got a lot of stuff I'm working on. Stuff that you guys will probably see. God, it's going fast. Okay. Would you rather never eat your favorite food again or eat 50 of your least favorite foods for a month?
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I'd have to say never eat my favorite food again, because if I throw up really easily, like just really easily. Like, dude, I throw up so easily, like all the time. It's a problem. Some of it is nerves, but also most of it is just because I throw up easily. So anyway, yeah. So I couldn't handle eating 50 of my favorite worst food for them, or 50 of the worst food for the month. Also, my favorite food changes a lot. Well, chicken and waffles is like up there, but also I could find a new favorite food easy. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's there's totally like other great things out there to try, and I just haven't tried a whole lot of food actually in my life. So, dude, I'd totally just try and find something else.
What's your least favorite, or what is your least favorite food?
Huh. I don't really know. I think there's, I don't like mayonnaise, but, seafood. My brother loves seafood. I don't really, I don't know. I'm not that into it. I don't know. I don't know if I have like a least favorite food. I'm sure it's in my brain somewhere, but I just, I couldn't really like pull it out. I try to focus on the positive. So yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Ooh, the presents through the air.
There's what?
Presents going through the air in the background. It's cool.
Oh yeah. Slime, on the balloons.
Oh, the slimes, yeah.
All right, everyone. That I hope everyone has enjoyed. Very cool stream. Very good stream. Sometime in the future, this will be uploaded under like a podcast tab on my channel when I figure out how to do that. Yeah, alright, I guess that's about it. How do I... Okay.
Epic.
Alright, everyone, adios.